Everyone, Corey here. How are you today? So today's little mission is we're going to create a picture and we're going to save it as a DXF file so that can be sent to as an example, to a laser cutter person or a CNC machine that can read the DXF file and cut the shape that you have drawn, regardless of what the shape is. So most machines these days are capable of cutting anything from steel, plastic, aluminium, wood, glass even. There's a whole number of machines that can cut different stuff. So we are going to start with a pretty basic shape just to get this process underway. So we'll go to Create Sketch. Now I like to do it on the top plane. So on the top, like that. And we're just going to do a basic 100 by 100, 100 mil by 100 mil steel plate. Well, it will be cut out of steel because that's just what I do. I draw a lot of products to get laser cut. So we'll just go with what I know. So 100 by 100, that's our sketch. Now I like to extrude the sketch to the thickness of the material that I'm going to get it cut out of. Just because I like to see it on the screen, I like to see it in like a three-dimensional shape. So we'll just hit the letter E for extrude on this face here. And now this is going to be cut out of 10 mil steel. So we'll go 10, enter, and we have a 10 mil steel plate that is 100 mil by 100 mil. Now we're going to put a curved corner on this. So we come up to the fillet tool, and the fillet tool, I'll let you guys read that bit. So it puts a curved radius on a corner. So we hit that. Now you'll see how it kind of highlights it in black as you hold it over a corner. So we want these corners here, and it will say that it's selected when it turns it into blue. Now you don't necessarily have to rotate the picture to access the edges in the fillet command. You can see it will bring up edges as you hover over them. So we'll just make sure we go select that one, we'll select this one, and we'll select that one. Now I'm going to go a 15 millimeter radius, and then I hit enter, and then I will hit the top view on the cube just to realign me. So I'm just looking at it square on, because this isn't actually for three-dimensional cutting. This will be cut on a two-dimensional machine. So it'll be cut out of a flat product. Now I want to put some holes in these corners just so I can bolt this plate to the floor. So I'll hit H for the hole command. Excuse me, sorry about that. And we're just going to go a simple hole over here on these three. We'll click the face that we want to put the hole on. So click. Now over here, you'll see we have the depth of the hole and the diameter of the hole. So our plate is 10 millimeters thick. So we know that we want to be a minimum of 10 millimeters thick. So 10 millimeters or greater will give you a hole all the way through. And we want a 10 mil diameter because we're going to put a 10 mil Dynabolt in there. So in actual fact, just thinking about it now, if we're going to go a 10 mil Dynabolt, I might go a 12 mil hole, and that will just give me a little bit of clearance to get the drill bit and the Dynabolt in. Now I'm going to click and drag this little blue dot, and I'm going to drag it over here. So a white dot will appear on this about here, which registers the center point of this radius. So you watch this. We'll click it. we'll drag it, and it will actually automatically snap to that area when it gets close. Hit enter. Now I'm just going to quickly redo that with 3 more holes. Right. If I can get my fingers working on the trackpad. There is different ways that you can do these holes. You can do it in like a pattern, or mirror it, or there's numerous different ways to do stuff in Fusion 360, but for this exercise we're just doing it this way. Okay, so we have our plate. You can see it in the 3-dimensional plane. It's a 10mm plate with 12mm holes and 15mm radius. Now we turn sketches on over here, sketches, and we do the little drop down arrow, and we have a sketch. Now the sketch isn't the one that we want. So come up to the top here, hit create sketch. Now I'm going to click on this face, and when I do that, you will see over here another sketch will appear with a little red padlock on it, and that is the sketch that we want. So I'll click here, click, and you can see here a little red padlock. Now that sketch, you can see how it's highlighted by the black perimeter and the black area around the holes. That is what the machine is going to read as the DXF file. So we'll just go finish sketch. Now for purposes of this video, I will turn the bodies off. So the little eyeball, we'll get rid of the body. And you can see here we have our sketch back in the 2-dimensional plane. So come over to sketch, control, click, save as DXF, save, and we'll just call this 100 by 100 test. And that's going to save to my desktop just for this purpose, and I hit save. And you have a DXF file saved to your desktop, ready to email to your mate with a machine that can cut it out for you. Now this shape can be anything you like. Literally any shape that you can draw, you can cut out. Obviously there's size limits depending on the machine being used. If you had a laser engraver at home, you wouldn't do a shape that is 1.2 meters square because you wouldn't fit it in the laser engraver example. Now what I'll do is I'll open another window up here. So we have a new window. Now I'm going to import that DXF back into Fusion and modify it. So we go insert, DXF. Now I've got to select the file. So this is my desktop. Okay. Now we will do 100 by 100 test is the one that we just drew. So we select that. We open. And now I have to pick a plane, one of these 3 options for it to open on. So I'm going to pick the top plane. Click on that, and it will take a few seconds, and then it will load up the DXF file. Come over to OK, hit OK, and you have your file back in the computer. Now, as I said before, I like to extrude the drawings to the thickness of the material that it's going to be cut out of. So I'll hit the letter E, and we hit that face, and we're going to extrude it 10 millimeters. Hit enter, and there's our plate. Now, what are we going to modify it? All of a sudden, someone has said to you, oh, we need a hole in the center because this plate is going to get welded to a post and it's going to be galvanized, for an example. So we need a hole in the center to get the galvanized liquid out. So we will come to create sketch. We've got this plane selected. Now we want to do a hole, so we'll do a hole. Actually, no, we'll just do something different. We'll do like a hexagon because we can. So we'll just hit, we're going to put the hexagon in the center. You can put it wherever you like. And we'll do a 6-sided hexagon at, call it 20 mil radius. Do that. Now I'm going to hit extrude, and we'll get rid of that hexagon. So I'm going to do a negative measurement. So you can either pull this arrow down or you can type in a negative measurement. And if you want to cut it all the way through, the measurement will need to be at least the thickness of the material or greater. So we will call this 10 mil. We didn't hit the negative, did we? So let's put a negative sign in front of it. Negative. And then we have a cut. Just like that. Now you can come over, we'll open up the sketch window again. And you just do what we did before. Create sketch on this face. The padlock appears on the sketch, locking the sketch in. Finish sketch. I will get rid of the body. I will turn the body view off, and we're left with the sketch. Come over to the sketch, hit Control click, and save as DXF. And there you go. We're back to square one. You can save it, label it, and pick the place where you want to save it. I won't save this one because you get the idea. So hopefully that sheds some light on drawing and saving DXF files. Hope you enjoyed that one, folks. Please, if you did, hit the subscribe button. I'm only a little channel, just trying to get some of this basic information out there that when I started using Fusion, I had trouble finding just such simple procedures to get stuff done. I'm not an engineer. I just want to be able to draw a product, send it off, and if I want multiple of these cut, I just tell the company, can you please cut 100 of these for me? They send me the bill, I go pick up the product. Oh, I may even pay for it. All right. Thanks, folks. That's it. See you next time.